What's up, guys? It is another episode of Lights Camera Collect every Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, or tonight, 5:38 p.m. Eastern. Running just a little bit behind, but we're going to make it worth your while, I promise. Guys, we got some fun news topics to talk about. We got Echo finally shipping, just randomly out of nowhere. There's this new trend going on. We got to dissect that one. We're also going to talk about JND and, also the Inart 1.6. Do they need Marvel and Star Wars to thrive? Guess we'll talk about that. And of course, the Zack Snyder Justice League Batman tactical suit that was announced seemingly out of nowhere today. Hot Toys just seems to drop bombs on us out of nowhere. And, it just happens. And it's $300 on Sideshow. So we're going to talk about all that good stuff with the figure. But before we do that and address the chat, Kiko, man, how you doing? I'm loving the pink, dude. The hot pink. It's looking real nice. It's going well with your pink in the background there, or purple, whatever it is.
Well, thank you, man. And it's not a WillFoxification show unless there's a Drago interruption. And I just heard him barking downstairs. Apparently someone was outside, which you finished just... Well, there he is again. But either way, Will, it's great to be back here. This is the third week in a row that I hear on your show, but I cannot be more excited to be with you, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, and this is the way I start my weekends with Will and Leo.
I think they call that a hat trick.
So, it is a
it's
a hat trick.
Yeah, I mean, like Leo, at this point, it's Lights, Camera, Kiko collect. I mean, it's or Lights, Kiko collect. I mean, at this point,
okay, I like that. That's fun.
So I mean, it's might as well at this point. But Leo, man, happy to have you back. I know you were on a couple weeks ago, right? I think it's
about a couple weeks.
So it's man. So I'm excited to have you, and how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Like, it's Friday, bro. So
no.
Definitely doing good. No complaints whatsoever, bro. So
man.
we hopefully, like I said, I'm going to see the Woman King tonight, so I'm extremely excited about that. I can't wait to see that. So yeah, I'm excited, bro. It's gonna
be the reviews are insane for that. Like, I definitely want to go see that. Yeah, and Viola Davis, dude, come on now.
It's Viola Davis, bro. Straight up.
She's an Oscar. I don't know. I think she won, right, for Fences. I remember her being nominated.
She's basically won before. So definitely, she's an Oscar winner, Emmy, Tony. Everything. She's just Golden Globe, so she's won a lot. So definitely I can't wait.
She is awesome. She's awesome. I still remember, man. Before we move on to the chat, I remember that scene in Fences with her whole monologue where she's talking to Denzel. My theater, dude. That's one of the best acting scenes I think I've probably ever seen.
Like it's really full on giving it your all and going all in. You know what I mean? Like. So yeah, I mean, plus you had two heavyweights in one film, bro. Like, damn, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, hell yeah,
man.
Definitely.
All right, guys, let's address the chat real quick before we jump into our topic. Sayful, first, you are first, indeed, Sayful. So congratulations to you. 12-inch Moose Stream, good Friday to all, indeed, good Friday to you. Doc Nader, what's up? The Shredder himself, Doc Nader. The boot is the Booty King. Is that what he is, Leo?
Yeah, it's the Booty King. That's
Booty King. He holds the crown. So Tukadri, heavy. Is the head that wears the booty crown. Tukadri, what's up, gentlemen? What's up, Tukadri? Tyria, what's up, Tyria? Let's see, Tsunamo09. Dude, you're actually here this time. Today was annoying for collectors. I have the Jazzing Justice League and Tactical Suit already, and both were announced for 2.0s. Yeah, it's the world we live in. Thalia Meyer, thanks so much for joining, Thalia. Hello and good evening, everyone. Love that Loki snail, by the way. That is pretty cool. That is pretty badass. And Thalia, I think I see that you followed me on Instagram today, and I saw a bunch of Loki photos on the profile. So very impressed with that. They definitely know how to, the way to my heart. AJ Agarusa, hello friends. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Thanks so much, AJ. Appreciate you, man. Mike Feller with the caps lock button. Hey everyone, ready to mingle even though it's not Sunday. Hey, we can mingle on Friday. It's totally fine.
That is what we do. This is Collector's Mingle. No, it's not Collector's Mingle. What am I talking about? I'm on the wrong show. Might as well be.
It's Lights, Camera, Kiko. So so it's all good, man. But so I know it's easy to mix up the shows at this point. Eric Henke, hit the like button, ready for the stream. Thanks so much, man. Please, guys, do that. Marco Polo, hey everyone. Patton 23, what's up? Rossification time, dude. Lael's giving me so many sponsorships. It's crazy. So hey. Happy to be a sponsor of the show, man. Maniac collects the evening, everyone. What's up, Maniac? Marco Polo, what's up? Saying hey to Mike. DC Artman, evening, gentlemen. Oh, Joey, what's up, Joey? Joey posted a story, I think. Leo, you might have been on that one, where he was like riding in the car, like listening to us or something. I was like, that's pretty cool.
For real?
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Dinesh Theagaraja, hey everyone, what's up, Dinesh? Wise, I think I got it correct that time. Wise Fakiri. Because I know you said it was Wise last time, so I'm pretty sure I got that right. But thanks so much for joining, Wise. Sean Bean. Bean. It's for Batman Day tomorrow. Yeah, pretty much. Jonathan King. What's good, everyone? Hugh Janus. I didn't want to pronounce that name correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
Hugh.
Oh,
Janus.
I get it. God damn it.
Yeah, just call him Hugh.
Yeah.
And
Brought to you by
Janus.
alcoholic.
Just don't say
God
A,
damn
just
it,
say
Hugh.
Janus. Hugh
He got me,
Janus.
bro. He got me on that one.
Yeah.
I'll give you credit on that one. Feezy's Figures. What it do, crew? What's up, Feezy Figures? What's up, Javier? Lights, Camera, Collect. Let's go. Lights, Camera, Kiko now. But, let's go. So, AJ said, oh, man, look at this panel. Yeah, Avengers level panel, man. Comics, swag indeed. Streamer Fox. Oh, uh-oh. There's another Fox out there. Hello. Ryan Smith. Evening, guys. Evening, Ryan. It's official. Kiko's Let's Camera like regularly. This is this point with the hat trick. So, yeah, absolutely. Co-host, if you will, pretty much. So, Collector Joey listening on the way home as usual. Oh, dude, thanks so much, Joey. Appreciate that, man. Brandon said, yo, Will, you see the new God of War trailer? Dude, have I seen it, Brandon? I've watched it like 50 times. So it's Leo, I got to show you that if you haven't seen it already. And Kiko, you too, man. So it's the new God of War trailer, dude. He fights Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
They look pretty good.
Yeah, it looks incredible, man. It looks so good. Comes out in November, so I'm excited.
Wow, that's pretty quick. Oh, there's Drago.
There he is. CT603. What's up, CT? Alvin J, have you guys seen the new HasLab Ghost Rider package? I have not.
Yep, I saw it.
You have?
Yeah,
Are you
I
guys
saw
getting
it.
Hell
I'm not.
no.
I'm not.
No.
But it looks good. It looks good though. I'm going
Okay. So that's gonna be a no
350
unanimous
for that bitch.
How much is it?
Nah,
350.
Oh wow! You just put
Yeah,
that towards
I'm
the
good.
Ecto One, Kiko. So
Oh, you already
definitely
know. We're working.
I know
something.
you're safe. What's up? Hello, Tully. What's up, Tully? Tully, by the way, I loved your comment, Kiko. I did the presentation I was telling you about before the show on how to introduce women to your collectibles. So that was pretty
love
fun.
this.
And I was like, don't have collectibles in your room. And Tully dropped a comment and he was like, no, he's like, nah, fam, I'm going to clap cheeks in front of Endgame Thanos. And I was like,
I mean, if you're going to do it, you might as well go all out.
you might as well go have the Endgame Thanos in your room with you. So, I mean, that was a really good comment, Tully. I got to give you credit for that one. I'm here for the breadsticks and Will's guns. Thanks so much for Best Car Kid. The guns are always here. The breadsticks are, by demand, basically. I know, bro. You got me on that one. Pedro Lopez, hello there. What's up? Hope everyone's doing great. The collector number 1, the beard god himself, is in attendance. El Profesor. I gotta get him on the show, man. But he's always like with the ladies, Kiko. So every time I try to get him on, he's like at an orgy or something. So it's just what.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean that's what he told me. I'm just repeating what he told me. Kiko.
I mean, going out's going out. And hello, Drago.
Right.
I may have to go down there and put him up in a minute.
No, it's totally fine. Leo, you disappeared on camera, bro.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, I was like,
Because I had to change, like something was on my end. So I had to
okay,
come-
gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
my bad.
I was
Sorry
like, what
about
happened to Leo?
that. I'm still here.
It's that Mac, dude. I'm telling you, but
Yeah.
Kiko, we're all Mac guys here, so it's
Mhm.
okay. I have Mac, Kiko's a Mac, Leo's a Mac. So, guys, let's address the first topic: the Zack Snyder Justice League Batman tactical suit. I want to share the sideshow listing to show this one. I was looking at it earlier because I couldn't remember the name of the Parademon, and I was like, "That's a gun, but I know it's not Batman's gun." So I had to look up the Parademon name. But this is the Batman tactical suit. It retails for $300. It's coming out Q4 of next year or Q1 of 24, right? So probably 24, most likely.
Doesn't make sense though.
Yeah, Leo, I'll start with you on this one, man. Because I want to hear, I don't know how strong of thoughts you guys have on this one. I don't really, because I love Snyder Cut. I thought it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. But I'm probably not getting any of the DC figures from that line, as good as they are. Like, I'm probably not going to feel like I need to collect this. But what about you, Leo? Do you have this Batman already?
I don't have the tactical suit, and I was looking at it. So I've been dancing around the idea of getting this figure for a while. Basically, through other resellers. It's up there in price. So I was like, you know what? I don't know if I necessarily needed it that bad. So to see the re-release, I was like, okay, cool. I can probably get my hands on it. Seeing it at 300 though, I'm like, like what was it originally, bro? Like,
I don't know. It's got to be the base layout this time, because see how the base is all intricate.
Well, see, here's the thing, bro. I hate that base. I have it. Like, I have it for the Justice League Batman, the regular version. Like, I have it for the original suit. I hate the bases because, again, it was simple fact that I couldn't even barely articulate the figure anyway, but it just took up way too much space. You know what I mean? So I have this base, so it doesn't make sense. I wish they would just give us the simple regular hexagon or whatever you want to call it, whatever base that comes. Just give us a simple one. But I don't need. I mean, there's some, but I mean, for everybody else who's getting it, they may want it. There's people who may not have it and they like it, but it was just like, yo, like, again, I don't have this suit. It was one that I was actually looking at and I was thinking about getting. But it's just like I'm wondering, like, what was there? Kiko, do you remember the original release or the original price for this release, man?
I want to say it was like 275.
260.
Mario dropped
it is,
The original was 266.
Kiko's pretty close, yeah.
So basically, they bounced from 266 to 300. Like, what is it? Like, what is? Especially if is it labeled? It's labeled as a re-release, right?
Yeah, they said there was updated paint apps.
This is officially Zack Snyder's version. Though.
Yeah, and I think they're calling it a 2.0 because they said there's updated paint applications and such, and so it's probably a 2.0 more than a straight reissue. But
still, I mean, I don't know. I mean, and then of course, don't have to pre-order this thing because it's not coming out until like later on. You know what I mean? To me, it's not. You know, but again, I mean, it's a suit that I have been looking at and I wanted it. I wanted to get it. But I don't know. We have to see. And the other one they said it did come with a head sculpt.
Yeah, Mario pointed out it came out with the Affleck head sculpt too. So
yeah. So
that was the Batman Superman one. Because I had this original tactical one and it didn't come with a head sculpt.
Oh, it didn't. Okay, good.
Okay,
no, just the actual release.
Mario, you misled us.
So I don't know. Like this again. I get it because they're doing it for Batman Day. I mean, because but I don't know, like I guess it makes sense for what it is, but bro, we haven't seen any releases aside from the, special or the exclusive, Spider-Man Avengers Campus suit last week. We haven't seen anything else other than that. And mind you, there have been other releases, but there's been no productivity, like no product pictures to really go off of. You know what I mean? So everything is kind of flying under the radar, but they keep on giving us release or reveals. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's strange. I mean, it makes sense for what it is, but if you wanted to, it's like somebody else out there, and I see somebody saying, if you want to give us a release or a reveal, give us 89. 89 Batman would have made more sense because that was up. You had that at Comic-Con. You were featuring that. So why don't you give us that? That made more sense to me. So. Yeah. You know what I mean? That would have made a lot more sense, and I'd have been on board with that. I mean, this suit I wanted, but not enough right now to have it as a reveal. You know what I mean? Ahead of everything else that we're expecting. So I guess that's where I sit.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And one thing I do want to note, and I think someone had mentioned in the chat, I was thinking about this, like there is a Inart Batman Batfleck on the docket set to go up for pre-order sometime soon, right? So with this one, I don't think you need to pre-order it right away. I would wait and kind of review what your options are before you do anything. Because, I mean, that Inart one could come out and the proto could look really good. Again, we don't know what the final is going to look like because we don't have Inart figures in hand yet. But you could make a decision based on that and then kind of decide. But I'm with you, Lael, mostly. I mean, this is not going to be a figure for me pretty much no matter what. Like, I love Zack Snyder's Justice League, but Ben Affleck Batman, like, I like him. Like, I thought he was good. But it's not like I need to collect him,
Not something you need to get right away.
Not for me. Like it's Batman Day, so they wouldn't have done this, but I know you would be happy to hear this. I would have liked to have seen like a Darkseid or a Steppenwolf.
Darkseid, Steppenwolf, Catwoman from the Batman.
Yeah, Catwoman would have been good.
Like that. That would have been, a bit more feasible. But yeah, it is. It's like you're dipping back in the well, giving us more re-releases. And after people are already complaining about it right now, but you're going to get complaints either way. It doesn't really matter. But I mean, I just thought that it would have done something different. So it is what it is. But it's Hot Toys, so we kind of grow to expect things like this to happen.
And not to say it's not a great figure, it is, but for me, man, it's just I think Steppenwolf would be too difficult to make. Exactly. I think, and would people buy him for $450 or $500? That's the question. Probably not. But it's kind of like Call Obsidian, probably. But Kiko, what do you think, man, about this Tactical Suit Batman? It sounded like you said you have the original, right?
So when I went through like a weird DC phase because I like DC. Don't get me wrong. I was a big Batman fan, and I have all my Nolan figures, as you know. That's my Batman and the one that I really associate with. But I went through, I was like, well, if I'm going to do Batman, I might as well get a few of the other Justice League pieces. And so, because I had an opportunity for my friend who had the Justice League and said, I don't want them anymore, handing them off to me. And so then that's how I got this Batman along with the other Justice League. And I'll be honest with you, it's not a good figure. I mean, he's in this scene, if you remember, not very long. I mean, it's just kind of during that one kind of, I guess, is it I'm not sure which version it is, but it's either the ending or the middle where they do the battle essentially, and he just puts this on, and it's not really an iconic suit. And I think, as Leia was saying, it's really, really hard to pose. He's one of like the first figures I ever did like any photography with. But the one thing I can say about this is he does have the alternate eye pieces, so you can get him to look left, right, or forward. Now, the Nightmare Batman does not come with those. And if you really wanted to have the extra eyes to where you could do the, look into the side, Nightmare Batman look that they do all the time, you would need this, and you could get those. But I mean, that I'm not going to buy a figure simply for the eye piece or eye plates by any means, but this is a really, really tough figure by all stretch of the imagination. Super excited for people that want it, but it's definitely not something I'm going on. What I think is funny is everyone's always like, well, I think the reason you're not seeing anything is that China's on a holiday. Whenever something doesn't happen, why are they always on a holiday? I feel like they have holiday like every 10 days. Like whenever something would go wrong and I'd have like an issue like with a shipping or something, or it's like, oh, we're on holiday. I'm like, what? Why are you guys always on holiday? I love a holiday, but I don't think they line up with mine. But yeah, so I don't know if that's an issue as far as the releases go, but I don't know. Bizarre.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you guys mostly here, though. I mean, I do think there is a market for this figure just because Snyder Cut is pretty popular. It seems like there's a pretty strong fan base for it, and Batman's always going to have a market, even when the movie's probably not that great. Like, some might disagree, but the Batman Forever figures, right? Like, I think there's a lot of nostalgia attached to those for people. But the films, to most people, probably not that great, right? They're not like The Dark Knight or even the new Batman, for example, right? But it's I mean, people really like Batfleck, and he's going to show up in more things, it sounds like, according to reports. So
is he? I thought they canceled pretty much everything, right?
Then there's reports coming out that him and Henry Cavill are coming back. So I don't know.
Well, he's supposed to be. Batfleck is, he's actually in Aquaman, so the reports were that he's going to actually be featured in Aquaman, and I don't know. We know he's in the Flash as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, is that movie even coming out still?
Yeah, that's the question. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to reshoot it or what they're going to do. Because they got to do something, right? So
we have to.
Yeah, man, I'm with you guys. I think it's pretty. I'm with you, Leia, on the space of the base. I do think it's pretty cool though with the Parademon on it. I think that's pretty cool.
I know some people
the
did.
Walmart Outriders, all that is.
Yeah,
Walmart outright.
Like I know people liked because again with the Justice League line, I didn't like any of the bases. I didn't like the ramp because it was too high.
Yeah, those I saw. Yeah,
like I couldn't stand those. I know a lot of people did like it, but me, I didn't, because I was like, spacing issues when it comes to that, especially if you're trying to fit everything in a DTOF and do it a certain way. So that's why I kind of had to replace the bases. But and then with this, it was just kind of hard to maneuver that figure because you can't get the poses that you actually want, you know what I mean? And on top of that, like with these figures, especially with the Ben Affleck line, like they're really bulky and they have that fat suit on it. You can't really move it. The articulation is so tight. You can't do
unless
anything.
They change the material. I don't know how they're getting some of these poses. Like even like bending your arm, like is a like you feel like you're about to rip something apart.
Stormtrooper, basically.
Yeah,
it's bad, man. It's really bad.
And I don't know why they did that. I still don't know why they did it, but I mean, they wanted to bulk it up as much as they could. But I'm like, damn, like you're limiting, even like if you're not a person who does a lot of articulation, you're still limiting certain things. Like you can't really, there's a lot you can't do.
You can't turn the neck. You can't turn the cowl. You can't. You can barely lift the leg. You're not going to be able to do much with the elbow joints. I mean, it's a very limited suit. I mean, the original one was tough, but this is like almost impossible to do. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Unless they reworked it.
And there's a good comment out there from CT603 who's talking about the Jazz Inc. doing the Zack Snyder Justice League Batman. I saw he's signing them. It's pretty cool. He's signing like a plaque, I guess, for each one or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a market for Snyder Cut stuff out there, especially the diehard fans, who really love the film and wanted to see more. I mean, I really loved it and I wanted to see more. So, but, it's not to me like, if I never see, which I don't think we're going to, see more DC Zack Snyder, it's like, oh man, but I would have liked to see the next installment. I would have liked to have seen, what happened with Darkseid and, what happens with the Justice League and stuff like that. But I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think Warner Bros. Already made their decision and, it's done. So, but Snyder Cut was good, so we can enjoy it. Guys, Echo. Hot Toys Echo, right?
Yeah.
It supposedly is shipping, just like the Boba Fett, repaint, and the Boba Fett, what's it called? The Throne version, right? And we had a post on Facebook. So thank you so much, Aunt P, for posting this photo. It's the only one I could find, honestly. But they are, Sideshow's saying that they're starting to ship these out soon, right? So that's interesting. This is another one. No blogger photos, just a release, right? You're going to get it shipped to your door. There might not be any blogger photos at all. I'm going to start with Kiko on this one. Kiko, do you, because you and Leo are both big into photography, right? So do you guys care, and I'll start with you, Kiko, do you care about these shipping notices without blogger photos? I mean, and also just your general thoughts on Echo, but I'm curious about both questions.
No, not at all. For me, I have a pretty good idea that when something goes up for pre-order, that it's probably going to be fairly similar, and there's no way I'm going to not get a figure because of something that was messed up in production or something along those lines. That's just not me. I mean, that's just the way I collect. If I want an Echo, which I do, if I want an Echo, I don't care how it comes out. I'm going to be happy to have it, and I want it fast, just like I said. I'll even tell you this, is that we've talked about this last week about having to get these as quick as you can into your hands. I panicked because I don't have anything ordered on Sideshow. I went and put an order in for Sideshow just in case, so that I can have my Echo as soon as possible. And we'll see. It's now a race to see who can get it to me. Now, I didn't get my processing soon, probably because and no one knows how the queue works. I mean, you can sit there and get it day of and get an order shipping notice the next day, and you can have it pre-ordered day one and never get one for 6 months. So who knows? But I went ahead and threw my hat in the rally there just to kind of see what happens. And we'll see, because I'm intrigued, because we were talking about this, but there needs to be some type of announcement if this is the way they're going to start going. Be like, hey, we've made a deal that these are starting to ship now, and if you pre-order first, you will get the first dibs before Hong Kong bloggers and resellers and all that stuff get them. If that's the case, then they're going to start getting my pre-orders. I'm just going to be honest, because I do want the safety and I want the speed. So there we go.
Yeah, and I do understand. And, and I understand with the Broken's comment saying, first people cry, it takes forever to ship from Sideshow. Now stuff is actually shipping fast. It's a problem. Not so much a problem. I think it's fine that it's shipping fast. We actually prefer that compared to what Captain America was.
I think some people get frustrated that there's no warning if they're on a payment plan or something. So
Sure. That happens,
I do get
like
that.
You're just hit with it. Yeah. But I think, Kiko, I was saying on Lael's show, I think it's a matter of like Hot Toys is like releasing it first in North America through some deal with Sideshow, right? But they don't want to post it on their own Facebook because they're not releasing it in Hong Kong yet. So I think they don't want to post it, and then everyone starts showing up to Secret Base and other places like, where's the figure? And they're like, well, it didn't actually release yet. Just release in America. And it would create more of an issue. You know what I mean, Lael? So what do you think, man? Are you getting Echo, and how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting Echo. And the figure is actually coming. I got the notification. I got it last week, which I was surprised, but again, since the whole issue with the clone Chrome Troopers and how that, they took the payment and started, processing, shipping and stuff like that without notifying everybody. I've gotten all the notifications since. So when I got this, I was like, okay, but I knew this was supposed to be coming soon anyway. You know what I mean? Because the date had pushed. It was supposed to be out earlier. But they got the notification that it's coming, so I was like, okay, cool. I'm cool with that. I'm happy about that. So yeah, it's not. I don't think it. Again, it's not. I'm definitely not upset that they're shipping sooner. I think like you said before, it was just one of the situations where there were no notifications. But I'm getting all the notifications now, so I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, if this is something that they're going to continue with, then definitely I'm on board. But I'd already started, I already stopped, ordering overseas. I just stopped doing that for right now anyway, because it's just like, again, there's an upcharge for reasons that I really don't understand. The overly priced shipping, options. I'm just like, you know what? I'm beyond that. I'm just, on top of that, like I said, I'm not I don't unbox and review. I get in my poses and, just kind of, shoot videos and stuff like that. So I can take my time and do what I need to do and just wait for it to come. But again, like Hugo said, if they're dishing out these figures sooner, then we're good to go. You know what I mean? We're all in. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely with that, and I'll support and continue to support. That, even though, like I said, I mean, they're not exempt from problems, just like any other reseller is not exempt from problems. But if they're going to get us those figures, let's go. I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, and we did get a super chat from Carlos. I'll buy any Star Wars figure as long as it doesn't come with a Leia head sculpt.
Yeah, you know you want it. You know
yeah,
you
he
want it.
does
Stop
want it.
playing. You know
He's
you want
bullshitting, bro. He's bullshitting. But Carlos, thanks so much for the super chat, man. And I saw your comment earlier, and I was gonna actually pull it up once Leia was done. He let's see, he said something about blah blah blah. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Can't move
blah,
this,
blah,
can't move
blah,
that.
can't
I'm like, I don't even know what he's talking about.
We were talking about when we were talking about posing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was like, what the fuck is he even referencing? I don't know.
Bitch.
But I know Carlos, dude, Carlos. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Like, no, I don't think no one's gonna really seriously get upset or complain about faster shipping. It's just a matter of like it hit you with no notice. But you know that happens pretty much anyway for the longest period of time. Even though it was coming out on in Hong Kong like a month or a couple months sooner. Yeah, you had a little bit more time, but still they send you that email and like, okay, you got 24 hours, right? That's kind of always how it's been. So it is nice. I mean, you're getting things faster, but I'm a little worried, like I said, Leo and Kiko. I don't know, Kiko, if I told you this. Like, the last order I have from Toys Wonderland is Endgame Loki first batch, right?
Correct.
And I'm pretty confident that Sideshow's probably going to release it before Toys Wonderland gets it, right? So my first batch is really
if this
like
is the new world, then potentially for sure. And as I've said, I'm all for that. And I know we've complained about this for about 6-7 months, hoping them to do something. If this is them finally doing something, they need to communicate that. I can't say that enough. Is that the community is, let's just say, childish enough, when we collect toys. We're childish enough. I mean, we need to have a little bit of transparency and just give us some direction so that we can make the best informed decisions instead of coming on here and just bitching one way or the other back and forth all the time and just talking out our ass about theories and things like that. Because if they want the sales, all they have to do literally is saying, here's our new agreement based on pre-orders, here you go, here's when you get it, boom, that's it.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe there's some reason they don't want to communicate that, but it would be nice. So,
but it does make a lot of sense, though, like you said, that way they don't have people showing up, in Hong Kong if they're not available.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because people might get confused pretty easily. So maybe Hot Toys is trying to be like, hey, it's a North American release, we don't want to get people.
We saw everyone got them out about Shanghai exclusive releases. Everyone got real upset about that. So
yeah, man, and it's and now, hey, that Mark V may come to the States. So I didn't think Mark 46 was going to, because it had been so long, right? And I was like, oh, no way, right?
And now it's here. And
they don't have Stealth Suit Cap yet, Lael, but who knows? That might show up anytime, right? And also that Mark V, maybe they're saving it for the Spooktacular. Maybe that's what it is. They'll put that one up then, right?
There's a lot they could be actually saving for that, because we know it's coming. So, I mean, I don't know. It's definitely going to be interesting, bro. And on top of that, you got to keep in mind, like I said, I mean, Comic-Con is coming soon. New York Comic-Con.
Yeah, New York Comic-Con.
Around that time, they want to do certain things. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like, they're doing this for some reason, and they're trying to actually regain everybody's trust. And get back the losses. You know what I mean? So it's like I said, it's interesting times with Sideshow, and that could be the reason for the lack of blogger photos, bro. Because Hot Toys is probably trying to, like Kiko said, like you guys have been saying, they flying under the radar. They don't want, the competition over there to know that they're doing this. You know what I mean? Even though they're going to find out. Come on, man. Like they're going to find out. People, you know what I mean? They're probably like different groups and stuff like that. The picture's going to wind up in a group, and somebody go like, "Wait, well, the HQ should have it over here." They run out and be like, "Okay, where's the figure?" About that. You know what I mean? So yeah. It's
because I think layout, like with Sideshow, and I don't know, Kiko, if you're aware too, like from what I heard, Sideshow pulled out of New York Comic Con. So I think they're going to do like their own thing, right? So I mean, So yes, I mean, maybe during that event, the Sideshow New York Comic Con version, there'll be something that they show, or they're trying to, they're competing, right? So that's what they're doing. So but yeah, as far as competition goes, JND and Inart, right? We said for a while that they had a lot to prove, and JND still. I like to throw them in this conversation because we know they're jumping into the 1/6 game eventually. Just a matter of when, right? They're probably taking a wait and see approach. They might not come out with a pre-order until next year or the end of next year, or whatever, right? But it's going to be eventually. So my question to you guys is, do we feel like JND and Inart, in terms of 1/6, do they need Star Wars and Marvel to thrive? Because I mean, the licenses they do have, like say this Batman, right? Very popular film, very successful film. It's not quite Star Wars or Marvel for a lot of things, right? So it's not quite moving the volume of those figures, right? So that's why Hot Toys, say Inart comes out and it is better, right? On the chance that it is better. And it's like, oh shit, now I'm looking at my Hot Toys a little bit differently. If Inart actually delivers on what they've promised, right? Big if. If so, then you're still always going to be a place for Hot Toys because they have IPs that we all want. They have Marvel and Star Wars, which are the two top dogs. Those are the two IPs that almost everybody wants, right? One or the other, if not both. So Kiko, I'll start with you again on this one. With Marvel and Star Wars, do you feel like these two companies need those licenses at some point to thrive? Or can they kind of take a share of the market with Warner Bros. Properties and other things like that?
I definitely don't think that they need Star Wars or Marvel to thrive. I think if they want to dominate, they would have to have that, because let's be honest, there's some franchises that people just don't care about. And believe it or not, sometimes Marvel and Star Wars are the ones people just don't care about. And depending on where the company or the organization is out of and who they're marketing to, they know what their bread and butter is. And I mean, keep going back to, Hot Toys and their Iron Man releases and such. They know that's a moneymaker. And they also know that outside of, we know Howard's a huge Star Wars fan and Hot Toys and things like that, but it's not like, I mean, you look at the numbers for the Star Wars films, they weren't doing crazy numbers, maybe it's also just because the film sucked, for the movies that came over there, they weren't doing crazy numbers. And it just sometimes is it's regional specific. Star Wars does not have the cultural impact in Asia that it does here in the States. Marvel is like transcendent a little bit to a degree, but I think, and you and I were talking back and forth a little bit about other people or other companies getting certain licenses. And if they did certain things, like I look to other companies to sometimes fulfill some of my needs. I was talking, about I know Inart is going to do Game of Thrones at some point, and they will have me for that. I'm not caring about any of the Batman pieces, but if they if they put out Damon Targaryen or something, I'm all over that. I know they're doing Daenerys. If they do some of the House of the Dragon things, I mean, they'll have getting every single one. And they just need to really just base it on what they think is going to sell to their base. They don't need that to thrive by any means, because people are going to go and support the franchise they like. And I think there's obviously, I think DC is a bigger fan base than Marvel, believe it or not, just because it's got the bigger characters. I've said that before. Batman, Superman, the Justice League, they are bigger characters than who Marvel has. Yeah, they're more culturally relevant because of the movies and such, but 10 years ago, no one even knew who Iron Man was. Everyone has always known who Batman is for 50 years. People have always known who Superman's been for 50 years. No one knows who Black Widow is or anything like that. No one cared. And it's because of the MCU that made them relevant. So DC has a much bigger bench, I think. And man, if they can capitalize on that, and if Warner Brothers, Universal, or whoever actually produces a movie that is worthwhile, then they can, really just reset that fire on a lot of people. But I don't know. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Leo, what do you think, man? And for both of you guys, as far as introducing figures to your collection from these two companies, do you feel like they need Star Wars or Marvel? Or Leo, is Wonder Woman kind of the only Inart or in JND that you would grab in 1/6, you think?
Definitely. Well, I mean, right now, like I said, that's the only thing that I'm looking forward to. Really. Again, they're showing their hands, and they know the product. They know what they're, how they're trying to entice, pretty much us as collectors. They're going after IPs that are already out there. Sort of like as a challenge, give us that Wonder Woman, again, I think that's what I'm waiting for, so I can actually compare that to what we actually got and, through Hot Toys. It's taken them so many, ever since, the first Wonder Woman film all the way up into the Justice League, it's taken them so long to give us something that was, almost to the likeness of Gal Gadot. We didn't see that until we got the Golden Armor Wonder Woman. We know that Inarts, they're good with likeness. They're good with, making sure that it's movie accurate. So I want to see what they're going to be able to do. We know that their rooted hair process is a bit different from Hot Toys. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to see that. I don't think that they basically need to have Star Wars and Marvel to really, really thrive. I just think that they need to do everything else within the Warner Brothers IP, or everything that's actually under that umbrella, and give everything else a chance. Okay, we know that you're attacking these well-known figures, these well-known characters. Now, once you have everybody on board, then branch out. Give us something totally different, characters we haven't seen before. I think that they can actually do that because there's a lot that they can actually play around with under that, umbrella. Not even just with, the DC market. They can, go towards everything else.
Yeah.
I don't see why they wouldn't. So for me, it's just like, okay, cool. Give us just kind of experiment. The experimentation needs to be there. But I don't think that they necessarily need, again, I mean, honestly, I don't think they'll ever get it. But I don't think that they actually need both Star Wars or Marvel to really, really thrive. Now we know that JND though.
I'm sorry, go ahead, man.
We know that JND has kind of played around, not JND, but Queen Studios played around with certain Marvel figures. We know that they actually played around within that wheelhouse, but they just don't have the full-on advantage when it comes to 1/6. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It'd be interesting to basically see, but I don't think they have to. I just think that they need to kind of like delve into what they currently have right now and just pull out some more IPs or other characters that we don't. Because I'm gonna tell you, as much as everybody, and the thing is we're all talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants a Catwoman. Everybody wants a Selena Kyle.
That's true. Yeah.
You give us that, and you get everybody's attention. So,
yeah, exactly, man. Carla dropped a super chat before he left. Have to jump off. Love you all. Will wear a real shirt. Never. Lael, get better at posing. Kiko, keep wearing pink.
It's funny.
Appreciate it, Carlos. Yeah, dude, I like the pink, man. I think it's pretty cool. So, but and yeah, man, Carlos mentioned my water pistols, but these are guns, bro. Full on nonstop guns. So, but I'm with you guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that they need them because you guys are right. I don't know if they're ever going to get them. Right? It's
the thing I was trying to say I just interrupted you after I just.
No, go ahead.
I hate doing that. But what I was saying is that they don't need those for one, because they need to focus on what they're good at and actually really dive down, because then you'll just do what Hot Toys does, have licenses, sit on them, don't do anything, or they'll take on too many projects and not put anything out. And then people get pissed at that. The thing that is really going to drive Inart, if they ever put one out, is how quick they can announce a figure and how quick it can get in your hand. That's ultimately what matters. I do not care how many times that they release something or reveal something. I'm sorry. I don't care how much they reveal anything. I want to know when it releases and how long it takes for me to have it in my hand. If they can put together a track record saying, here you go, 12 months from reveal to release, then that's going to really put a dent in Hot Toys production times, because we're sitting at 18 months, 2 years, things like that, because they have too many projects they're working on. And going back to Batman, going back to full circle with that, is it possible they are just releasing these different pieces because they're trying to get caught up on the things that are new, and they're just re-releasing things just to tick a box, essentially? Oh, here's our release, here we go. There's just something that we don't have to worry about later. We've already done the work, so when it comes up, we'll be done. They're just trying to buy time. I don't know, but they don't need to get buried in IPs, because then they'll just drown and then everyone will get mad at you.
Definitely don't.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of been the thing with Hot Toys, right? They are drowning in two IPs. Like Star Wars and Marvel are very difficult to keep up with, especially Marvel, because they release so many Disney Plus shows, so many movies, and there's so many characters in them. And it's they haven't even put up Hawkeye for pre-order. I mean, that show came out forever ago.
We haven't done it yet, and
that's like Christmas, right, Leo?
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I think that what they should do with Hot and like you said, like I don't want Inart to get really drowned out by these things, because again, like I said, if they can adhere to like the release dates that they're planning on, then they can capitalize on that. Hot Toys, I've been saying this for a while, with all the IPs that they have, they need to kind of split the division, have two groups, two separate divisions working on these, instead of just having everybody just jumping around doing certain things. They need to be a bit more organized, because right now it's just that they are so extremely unorganized that it's just not looking good, at this point. I mean, so many releases or that we're waiting on that we haven't actually gotten, things that are kind of held up, delays that we actually got hit with last week and we're still getting hit with, you know what I mean? So it's crazy. Like, I mean, we got the delay, I think, on Bo-Katan this week, but then we're actually seeing the Echo release, this week, which I'm fine with. It was supposed to come out a while ago. So again, I just think that now they need to kind of pump the brakes on everything and kind of slow down. But who knows? Disney, them House of Mouse might be putting, knees on their back to try to make them get this stuff out quick.
Right.
So we just have to see how it works, bro.
Yeah, they want to make as much money as possible, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to see what these companies do and
Yeah.
whether they thrive or not. I guess we'll see. Hot Toys is still the king, and they are until someone knocks them off. So
Exactly.
But yeah, so I want to ask you guys too, because I know Kiko and I talked about this a little bit, and I know what Kiko's answer is on this one, but I want to hear some elaboration on it. But Leo, I want to start with you actually. Picking one between price, speed, and customer service. These are the big three when it comes to purchasing decisions, right? That's why a lot of people buy from Sideshow, because the customer service, the security that you get from it, right? They don't always come through, but their customer service mostly does. Hong Kong resellers, they can totally come through for you too in a customer service situation.
Yeah.
Just depends on who you buy from, and is it as likely. Shipping it back to Hong Kong is a little more difficult for most people, right? So if you had to pick one in terms of the most important thing that makes you decide to buy a figure or not, or where to buy a figure from, what do you think would be most important to you? Price, speed, or customer service?
Customer service.
Okay.
Transparency. That's what I want. That's definitely what I want, because the thing is, the price is going to vary and I can find deals. I mean, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? But customer service is very important, because the thing is, a level of transparency, having a customer feel, important, feel like, you know what I mean? Again, we're spending money. So again, we want to feel like we are valued if we're putting money in. It's not like we want to actually, we don't want to feel privileged. Some people do. I don't care. I mean, it's not that I feel privileged, but at least a level of transparency when it comes to certain things.
So for you, it's not necessarily just getting the package. To you, it's a little bit
Everything
more.
after, yeah.
It's more. It's a little bit more, because the thing is, I can get the package, right? Say, for instance, I get the actual package and something's wrong with it. If I can't reach out to you, if I don't have your full cooperation, if the customer service isn't up to par, then I'm taking a loss right there. You know what I mean? Off of something. And that's where it goes back to Hong Kong. We have to send this stuff back to them or adhere to whatever rules that they basically make, because we're not there. Customer service for me, if they did change that strategy, if the customer service was better, it would make more sense to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that right now, again, for me, customer service is more important. It's the most important thing to me, because we need, again, full transparency when it comes to delays, cooperation when it comes to, if I have a problem with the figure, you can straighten it out for me, or I know I can actually get in contact with you and, get some of the answers that are required.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. Yeah. And for me, it's tough. It's tough, Leo. This is a tough decision, because I feel like all three are important. All three are very important.
Yeah.
You can't really have a purchase without any of the three. But when it comes down to like your final, what is really most important, I think I'm with you overall, because price is right there. But if price were the biggest thing, then I would have bought a lot of stuff from Toys Wonderland, from their deals and all the sales that they have, right? But I don't, because I think customer service is pretty important. So,
and the thing is, I didn't choose speed because, again, I'm not a reviewer. You know what I mean? So I can wait to get my stuff in. There's not a sense of urgency there for me. I can wait. Even if everybody gets it before me, I can wait. But the customer service is the most important thing, especially the history of everything that we've already gone through, with this, calling endless conversations. And I'm actually sorry to put them on blast, but the endless conversations that I'm actually having with TW, back and forth, waiting, because you can't call them. So you got to send them an email. There's no chat option. You have to send them an email. You have to wait for them to respond. And that's where it gets kind of dangerous. That's where it's like, you know what? Nah. Sideshow, I have two options. I can call them, or we have that messenger that I can message, and it's guaranteed to get to somebody.
Sideshow chat is pretty peak. I like that.
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
It is. You're guaranteed to get with somebody, and they'll help you out. You know what I mean? So that's basically where I sit. I need that level of customer service and transparency. Everything else can fall by the wayside. I mean, price, again, like I said, it varies. Even if, like I said, even for Sideshow, certain figures that might be high in price. If I got points, if I got things that I can actually use, I can settle for that. I can pay it off through time, but at least I know that I have that customer service intact, just in case I have any problems. You know what I mean? Because Lord knows, had I actually gotten that Ventress through a Hong Kong market, I'd have been ass out, especially the first time I got it.
Yeah,
I'd have been ass out. You know what I mean? So that's fine.
And with more expensive pieces, layout, statues, bigger things that have more likely breakage, like. Yeah. And that's something, that has been fair about Inart, right? And we're going to ask them that on Sunday about what is the aftercare customer service, system going to look like, right? Because we don't know. Like we can't get these from Sideshow, right? Like we're getting them from Spec and 1/6 Kid, who have been great and had good service. But what's that going to look like in the aftercare market? So
yeah,
we're going to find out, I guess. But Kiko, what about you, man? I have a feeling I know what you're going to pick, but fill us in.
It's like that, I think, in school where some type of word problem, it gave you the triangle and it says you can never have all three of these. You can only pick two of them, kind of something like that.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice one to be able to have the other two.
Yeah.
And I was hoping you'd say, what two can you make? Because, then you could really build yourself a nice little business, I suppose, because you can find a way to skirt around whatever the thing you're lacking is. But with that being said, I mean, Lale brings up a lot of good points, and especially what you'd mentioned with Inart and what happens when it is released and you can't send it back, or how do you send it back? There's a lot of variables and things that no one really knows right now.
Mhm.
But as much as customer service means a lot, and Sideshow is great at customer service, they're fantastic at that. And if they can figure out this speed issue, then the price is what it is, and I'm not really concerned about like the deals and things like that, because they'll be addressing two of my needs: customer service and speed. Because at the end of the day, I've told you this, man, it is the speed for me, because I have an issue, man. I have problems, and I got a disease. I can't see somebody have something that I don't have. That makes me jealous. That makes me upset. And I have to be like, what do I have to do to get this in my collection today?
Yeah.
I mean, you know how many times I saw that damn Riven? I can't even talk. That damn got me talking about Riva and Revan last week.
Yeah, no, it's talking about that Revan.
That Revan, I called it. You kept saying, I think you need this. I think you need this. I was like, you know what? Damn it, I need this. And then it came up. Now there he is. But that's the thing, man. Is that I want it quick. I want it quick, and I can deal with some of the other things as long as I have it. But once I have it, we'll worry about the other stuff there. But as I said, Sideshow, if you're listening. Probably not. But if you're listening, go ahead and you can knock out two of these three things. And that's how you get my business.
And that's how you do it.
For right now, I'm going to go with the speed. That's the number one thing.
It's best of three, right, Kiko? So whoever gets the business takes 2 out of 3. So it's like rock, paper, scissors. Yeah. You take 2 out of 3, you win, right? It's the same deal, right?
That's it.
And Sideshow's doing that. They're trying to do that. Like they're doing it with, this Boba Fett. They did it with Echo now. And seemingly they're going to do it with others. This could be the new way, right? And I'm going to be very upset. Like I said, if I paid first batch, like I said, this was way in September of last year. It was a very different time, right? And Toys Wonderland was having like a shipping sale. It was the last thing I ever bought from them and Will, right? So first batch, right? But I bet you Sideshow is probably first batch now. So I probably, maybe I should put in an order with them too, but I don't want to lose like an NRD. I don't know, but it's
so weird, man. And I'm just trying to be as truthful and, upfront as possible. Like, I would love for, we're talking about customer service and transparency and all that stuff. If other resellers out there, or just anybody just says, okay, look, guys, we know that these things are being charged. Sideshow is starting to ship these things. Tell us what's going on with you. Okay. Reseller of choice. It doesn't matter which one you go to, as long as they take care of you and you're good, cool, whatever. But reseller out there, tell me what's going on, because when I hear nothing and I see people getting their Echoes, Kevin's going to go over to Sideshow and put his order in for Echo just in case, because of speed again. If it's a chance to possibly get it before anybody, I have to put my name in. That's the way it's going to be. But if you want my business, let's go. Tell me what's going on. Tell me how we can alleviate this.
So if I'm right, for instance, Echo and Boba Fett on the throne, that shipping
and War Machine Mark 1.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that one.
TW hasn't gotten it yet, have they?
No one's gotten it.
Yeah, Sideshow is top dog right now in terms of first. Yeah. See,
exactly.
Kiko's like, where I'm ordering from then.
No,
but I don't get my stuff from Toys Wonderland. Everyone knows that I get my stuff from Pop. That's where I get. That's where I do.
And Pop hasn't even got it yet, have they?
No, they take great care of me. They have me speed, and then they give me the customer service. That's those are they got 2 of the 3. There it is.
There you go.
But you're talking about transparency. Maybe they don't even know either. Maybe they're trying to figure it out. They're doing some back channel things, trying to talk and figure it out.
Trying to figure it all out. Yeah.
Someone needs to come out eventually and say, here is what's going on. So if that's Pop, if it's Toys Wonderland, if it's Sideshow, tell us what's going on so that the people can make an informed decision. Because 2 out of those 3 things is how you get my business. And the pendulum is going to shift a little bit if this is going to be the new norm for Sideshow. So The card is ready, people. Let's go.
Exactly. And we're here. Like we're in home. Like it's North American market. Like we're actually in home. Like, I mean, to get it from just here and knowing that, for the shipping for me is only like around anywhere between like 15 to 19 or $20, shipping. To have that, then I'm cool. I'm straight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can actually track it. I know when it's actually coming. I know it's going to be here. Like for instance, my cable's going to be here, I think either tomorrow or Monday, whatever. It's already basically sitting at the spot. It just arrived today, so it could be in sooner. But again, it's like I said, that level of transparency is what we want. And what I'd love to have, and it just makes more sense that if they're going to get it over here, then I can definitely put money into getting it over here and spend less for shipping and not have to worry about paying, anytime you basically tell me that, okay, it's 3 to 5 days delivery, but you take a week to actually send my stuff out. And I'm
right.
paying for this? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's not 3 to 5 days.
You want to hear some wild stuff? Is that if this is the way it's going to be, and if that's the way, as a North American consumer, that obviously asterisk if you're outside the country or whatever, but as a North American consumer, Lael, you're right, because they would take care of speed, customer service, and then at some point it's eventually taking care of price because shipping is lower, and you'll be like, okay, I'm getting it at retail, but how much under retail are you really going to actually get? Because eventually you're going to come out on top if you start getting the stuff from retail, because then you're got your Sideshow reward points, which knock it down. They could tactically take all three here if they just communicate and tell me what's up. Help me, somebody.
And that's the thing, is like, and this is what I'm thinking about, like all this time that we've been actually going through this, and Sideshow's been going after, this certain company. This is all they had to do from the very beginning. Like literally, it would have cut all the argument out, everything else. If they would have just said, you know what? Okay, this is where they're capitalizing. Okay, Hot Toys, this is what we need. This is what we need to happen. And we wouldn't even have had that conversation. And they would have probably been in a memory like yesterday. You know what I mean? And that's just basically what it is. And they're figuring this out. Now, the downside is, it's a sad thing, but it's going to really affect this right here that's happening right now. Is going to affect it's going to affect people who are well connected to these Hong Kong markets. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's going to affect, most content creators that are, basically connected to them. You know what I mean? Because it's just what it is. If you're relying on this company to get you a piece and you want to review first, but then we're getting it, it's like, oh, okay, how do we fix this? Like, how is this going to basically work? And that's when it becomes like a situation like, well, it's this tug of war. Like over here, we're starting to win. You know what I mean? We're starting to see some wins. You know what I mean? I saw, who was that a beautiful who tugged me? I think I keep forgetting his name. I call him like Leg Day. What's his name?
Beskar Kid.
Beskar Kid.
Yeah,
Beskar Kid. Yeah. He I got tagged in one of his today, and he had the Boba Fett on the throne sitting on the Jabba the Hutt platform. And it looked marvelous. It looked amazing. And I'm like, wow, I can't. Okay, so that means that I can, get it soon. Either right now I have it on the payment plan. So I have 2 payments, so I pay it off, then actually get it. I mean, that's just the way I do it with that, because I'm not in a rush to do it. But if I decided I wanted to pay it off right now, it could ship soon. You feel me? So again, like we're starting to see this turnaround. It just makes a lot more sense. But the thing is though, I don't want to jump the gun. I want to see how long this lasts.
Right.
Don't get us hype up and say like, all right, we got our customer base back, and then let's just go back to the old ways of doing it. Don't do that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
well, they're definitely trying to hit the competition where it hurts, Lael. So, because I mean, Toys Wonderland is their competitor right now, their biggest competitor, no doubt about it. And like I've said, like, they want to hurt Justin too. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, because they want to be the top dog when it comes to first visuals. They want to be, having like, the figures shipping out first, and also the first look. Like I said, Sideshow videos are now the blogger photos, right? Yeah. Those are the videos. Instead of, Justin, their biggest competitor on YouTube, putting videos out first, Sideshow's putting them out first now. So they're trying to hit him too. So, they just want to be in control of the market. So that's competition, I guess, for you. But Lael said, you mean Justin and Jeddah? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, anyone who's reviewing early. So
definitely.
So, but yeah, Carlos, thanks so much, man. But yeah, it's that's what it is. Sideshow wants to control the market. So and they're competing, I guess, using all their resources. So great discussion on that one, guys. Guys, unboxing process. I know, and before anyone in the chat says something like, oh, you take a knife and you uncut the box, that's what it looks like, right? I mean more so the process itself. I know, right? The process. So to me, and I'll start with layout on this one, the unboxing process. Like, is this something, because I think everyone's different, right? Like with me, when I have something delivered to my house, it's almost like the first thing I do a lot of times before I even eat. I'm like, I got a collectible that just arrived in my house. I want to unbox this thing right now, right? So that's kind of what mine looks like. And I also do it for the most part independently. Like I don't have I don't call someone and be like, hey, watch me unbox this. And I did unbox statues live for a while, layout, and that was pretty fun, but it was also kind of stressful putting them together live because I was like, I'm going to break something. But what does the process look like for you unboxing, layout? Do you take your time with it? Like, are you really quick and you put it in a pose, then you leave it? Like, how do you handle unboxing?
Bro, as I am so far behind right now, and everything that I actually have, I have boxes sitting over there. I have boxes right here that I haven't even actually opened yet, and I'm taking my time to do it. But normally, what I do, bro, is like I have to, because the thing is, it's like as much for me, life takes over because I got a lot going on around here. You know, when it comes to work, and the kids, family, stuff like that. So that takes precedence first. When I'm settled, that's when I can actually go down. And normally, what I do is, and here's my process, bro. First and foremost, before I do anything, is to open it up and make sure everything's intact. If I see that everything's okay, then I put it right back in the box until I'm ready. You know what I mean? I just have to make sure that it's okay. You know what I mean? That's the thing. But I mean, for me, it's not. And I used to, like, even when I was doing Take Your Position like videos, I would do the unboxing and I was like, you know what? No, I'm not even doing accessories anymore. I'm just going to take the figure out, let people know what the box looks like, remove the box. You can see everything, all of the accessories on the table. Let's get to posing. And I don't even do no commentary when I'm posing anymore. I'll just pose the figure, play some music, let it go. You know what I mean? That's just where it at. But for me, it's my unboxing process is just to open up the box, make sure everything's intact. I don't want to see any broken pieces or anything like that. All the accessories in there. If I know everything's in there, put it back. And when I get to it, once I've got, because I always go in the order of which I receive things. That it's just, okay. I don't know if that's it's just a crazy thing for me. In the order of what I receive,
it's your own personal cue.
Yeah, exactly.
It is, because it's like I don't want to get mixed around and thrown around, especially if I got boxes over there I got to get through, and this is all the new stash right here. It's like it makes sense to do it that way and knock everything out. So yeah, before, bro, it used to be that way. When I was when I was living by myself, it was just me. Oh, I cracked that baby open as soon as I get to the crib.
Yeah, right.
It's quiet in the room. I light some candles, play some George Michaels, put that stuff on. No, I'm just joking. But nah, I mean, like literally, I crack it open real quick and get it posed up, put it in the DTOF, and I'm good. You know what I mean? But then when I started content creating, it was just posing it, and then when I did that and I started looking at, well, damn, like editing is a bitch. You know what I mean? That right there, it becomes a process. You're like, fuck, like then you don't want to open your shit at all.
No,
like,
because you associate it with that.
Yeah, like you're associating with the editing process and everything that you have to do. So it kind of takes away from it. So you got to kind of find a happy medium in between. Like it's just like trying to make everything mesh together and make it work. So
yeah, I get what you mean, man. And I tend to be the same way, but for me, since I don't have kids or anything like that, man, or those type of obligations, when I get home from work and I got that Joker artist edition statue, man, right when I got home, I was like, I've been waiting on this thing for like a year and a half. So I've been, I'm unboxing this bitch right now. But Kiko, since speed is important to you, I'm willing to bet that you're like me, and even Lael, when he has no obligations at the moment, quick unboxers. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. It starts with Drago, of course, because he hears somebody at the front door and he lets everyone know, that somebody is here. And then I turn on my little Ring camera and I see the person walking up at the box. And I'm like, oh shit, here we go. And so I run there. I kick Drago out of the way, get the box, and I run upstairs. I come to my little area here, take the blade, pop the top, pull the thing out, take the figure out. Okay. Now I am looking at the figure. I figure out what hands I want to put on, essentially. Put the hands on that I want. The hands I don't want, I put back into my little cubicles, which they're all in there, my little storage things. And then I put the art box back in the cardboard box, if it came in that, or the plastic thing that came with. Yeah. And I put it right in here. And that's it. And that's it. I don't do anything as far as because I did a review one time. I was like, I want to try this. And I did a review no one watched it for one. I was like, I put way too much time into editing this bitch for one, and no one watched this.
And
I'm
nobody
like,
watches
the
it,
review
bro.
market is pretty much
That's the thing. Like,
taken, cornered.
And so I'm like, I'm cool with that. That's fine. And so, but like what you had said, it literally kind of got in your head. You're like, oh, I need to make sure the process. Let's see, I need to get this, and I can't do this because this part comes after this part, you know, and that takes the joy out of it for me.
Right.
And this is not a business by this is what I do for fun, you know.
Yeah.
And so I collect it because I like it and it's fun, and then I put it in its little room back there, and that's it. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah. And I don't ever see that box again until I have to move something around, or it's time to get Christmas
repack and do everything else. Exactly,
yep.
bro. And that's just the way it is for me, bro. Like, because put it this way, bro. I do these you know, posing videos. People hardly watch it. It's like, that's the thing, is like, I don't get the movement that I need on those videos. You know what I mean? Like, it's a luck of the draw. Like, sometimes I get, you know, viewership depending on if they're interested in the figure. Otherwise, they don't. So I just like, you know what? Should I even continue doing this? But I do it because it's just fun, you know.
Exactly.
For me, yeah. I like putting those videos up, you know. And the thing is, it's like, you know, the more I put up, it's like therapeutic for me, and it might help some people. I mean, if only 45 people watch it, or 100 or 1,000 people watch it, that's fine. You know what I mean? Eventually, that's what happens. But it's just it's the editing, everything behind it. And then here's the thing: it's not even just the editing, bro. It's a simple fact that you put your video out there, and you got to worry about whether or not YouTube says, "Oh, it's a copyright issue."
Yeah,
because of music that you use or something that you have in it. I'm like, you know what? And then I got to take it down and go back to the
kids appear in your video.
Exactly,
yeah, right,
bro.
exactly.
Like, that whole process, it kills me. And the thing is, I don't know about you, Kiko, but for me, like, when I'm editing my videos, I have to change the editing process, because a lot of it I do through my phone, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I do a lot of stuff through my phone. And when I do it, I use iMovie sometimes to do it, or I use like another. And with this effing phone, sometimes with the amount of storage I got in there, sometimes it let me know it's not enough storage.
Oh man, that's why I upgraded. Okay, because I don't have I use an actual camera to do my photography, but for all my videos, it's shot here. Before I got this like 6 months ago, it would be like your recording stops because you're out of space. You're like, shit, because I was in the middle of, especially when you're rolling and you got like your video, you got your mouth going and all that, and you have to go like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, it's like it, bro. It always happens.
I'm never creating content again. I'm done after this.
Bro, that's how it gets. Like, I'll have everything edited in the phone, ready to go, and then when I'm uploading or I'm trying to actually upload the video, or I'm just, you know, trying to just copy it, it is say not enough space. So then I gotta go back and release or delete other videos that weren't associated to it. And bro, that whole process is a headache. And that's why, like, when I hate promising people I'm gonna get this shit out. I'm just like, you know what, it'll come out when it comes out. When you see it up, that means it's
facts. I used to the worst thing ever, and we got off on a tangent here. I'm sorry.
No,
you got me on this one. So one of the things I used to do, I'm like, okay, cool. You know, hey guys, check out my video that's gonna be debuting tonight, 6:30 or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, it's like 2:30 trying to finish it all up. I'm like, this ain't gonna get out on time. This ain't gonna get out on time. And then like the next day, I'm like, oh man, everyone's mad at me because I told them this time. They think I'm a liar. That's why I'm losing all my subscribers because I can't do this.
Right. It takes the joy out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, it does. And we got Dante in the house, man of Hot Collectibles. Thanks so much for stopping by,
Dante. A man who knows
Dante.
content creation. Well done, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. And Dante will be with us on Sunday, Leo. So it'll be fun. For the interview with John from Queen Studios /Inart. But yeah, guys, it's a personal process for everybody, right? Everyone has, I see in the chat, there's a lot of great comments about the unboxing process for them. But I have one more topic for the evening, because I'm talking about sort of what's going to be in our collection long term, right? We talked about Inart and JND and Hot Toys, and you know what it's looking like as far as who's winning our hearts over, right? Third party always has a place in the community, because like Leo has mentioned before, like a lot of us do want to support the underdog, right? Like we want to see the underdog be successful, and in many cases that is third party, right? They are the true underdogs, unlicensed, just trying to make a name for themselves, produce something that people are going to like to get their name out there, maybe get a license that they can work with, right? They all want to be Hot Toys, right? That's kind of the goal. But I want to ask, you know, are they a serious competitor for Hot Toys? Because I guess it depends on the company. But Kiko, I'll start with you first on this one. What do you think about this? Are you a big third-party guy? I mean, I have a decent amount. I'm looking at Lim Toys, Arthur Morgan, and CC Toys, Joel and Ellie, and I got, you know, what else do I have? I have some other ones, I think. But yeah, I mean, I have some third-party stuff. I mean, and I have Game Toys, Cloud, and Sephiroth. I mean, like they're great. Two of my favorite figures that I have, right? So there are some really good options, but are they a serious competitor for Hot Toys? Like, are they going to really ever pull you away from Hot Toys, so to speak?
So I don't know if this is eerie, or you stole this from me last week when I mentioned this, but remember last week I said, hey, we're going to talk about statues. I was like, hey, I got a statue showcase coming out. And I was like, hey, if that does well, I'm going to do a third-party showcase. And that is the next video that's coming out, Will, whenever it comes out. We don't want to put a time limit on it because I don't want to be stressed. But that's the thing, is that, yeah, there is some serious competition for third-party out there. Now, I think because of certain licenses, there's some that will just never be tackled. But I'm here to tell you that my new favorite third-party figures are from Zensation. They are absolutely incredible. I went on like a eBay binge like last week when I was watching House of the Dragon, got super hyped and got some more Game of Thrones figures. And I got the Zensation, the Advisor, which is Tywin Lannister, the Zensation Davos, the Smuggler, the Zensation Grey Worm. And that Tywin head sculpt is better than half the Hot Toys head sculpts that I have. And the paint apps, the sculpt is incredible. The same thing with Sir Davos. I don't know if you can pull any of the Zensation figures up, but then I'm like, okay, Zensation's not bad. And so that's when I went and got Caecilius as well, the Zealot Sorcerer, Mads Mikkelsen's character.
Yeah.
There's whoever is doing the Zensation sculpts are incredible. And I don't even know who Zensation is or kind of what, but that head sculpt in real life, especially, I mean, it looks really good, man. That's exactly what it looks like from product to final. It looks like that. If you can find the Advisor, the Tywin Lannister one, that one's incredible. The Caecilius one's incredible. And if you put out stuff like this, then I don't know why someone wouldn't want to do that. I mean, it's a great company, and I don't know much about them, but they put out some good product. Now, is it a serious competitor? I don't think they'll ever be serious because of licenses, so I don't know. But yeah, look at that one. That's a killer head sculpt. It looks even very good. Yeah. I mean, it's very, very good. And I was blown away that it was better than some of my other ones. But I don't know if it'll ever be a serious competitor, but it's definitely worthy of having them in your collection for sure. I mean, I don't think anyone, because there's certain pieces in certain lines you just will never get. We were talking last week, the Black Order line. No, Hot Toys isn't going to tackle the Black Order line, but now I have all the Black Order, and I think they're great. Could they be improved on? Yeah, if Zensation does them, probably. But I'm just happy that they're there, man. It's a good way to fill in some holes to collections or get some figures that you will never get. I think that's the thing, is it fills the hole for some collectors.
Yeah. Definitely. I get what you mean with that one. And what do you think, Leo? I mean, I know, like you said, you want to root for the underdog, and you have a bunch of third party too. So I mean, how do you feel about this? Like, are they competing for your collection space as much as Hot Toys here?
I mean, like I said, I mean, I've been dabbling with toys. I mean, So Toys for a while. Toys Air especially. I've gotten really, really good third party figures from them. They're good, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, and what kind of puts like some of these third party companies ahead of the rest in a sense is the simple fact that they are tackling figures that Hot Toys chooses, for some reason, though you have the IP, you just don't do it. And it shows that people do have interest in these figures. You know what I mean? Like, look at that, bro. Look at the Trickster. Like, I guarantee you, bro. Listen,
that's great.
It's a great figure, bro. That thing looks amazing. You know what I mean? It's an amazing piece. And I know people are basically waiting for the Hot Toys version, but it's not much of a difference from this one. It looks good, and it's at a cheaper price. You know what I mean? So again, that's where you get me. You give me quality, you give me a cheap price, I'm all in. I'm good with that. You know what I mean? Representation, like for instance, even with the So Toys Bloodsport. Look, the head sculpt's not 100%. I wasn't planning on just having it without the helmet anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have that. I'd rather have it look like a Xenomorph, and I'm all in. You know what I mean? So again, I like supporting these companies because they are trying to give us variations. They're giving us variety, more than what other and that's what I'm saying. When you have, and it's like if Hot Toys and Inarts keeps sitting on these IPs and not really dancing around, pulling up everything else. How else are you going to be able to gauge the audience to find out whether or not they're interested, unless you basically dip in that well and try to pull something out and see, okay, well, are you interested in this piece? Because I'm guaranteed, like right now, people are having Iron Man fatigue. Batman fatigue is actually sitting in. Spider-Man fatigue is starting to sit in big time. So that's what I'm saying. Like, these companies are saying, okay, you got that. Let us do this. And I know that sometimes they just wait and find out is Hot Toys going to, oh, you're not going to do, okay, cool. Let me actually dip in and do that. Oh yeah, we might get some pushback, but you can't do shit about it. We just give it a different name. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
It just looks remarkably similar.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, of course, whenever they put out solid products, something that I like and I love, I'm definitely going to tackle it and dip in and support, bro. It's just a no brainer for me. And these figures, like I said, I mean, one of the best third party figures that I actually have right now, bro, is the Dark Spider, and that's the Spider-Man Noir. That piece is incredible. I mean, from just down to everything, how it looks, it's an incredible looking piece. You know what I mean? Both the Green Goblin and Doc Ock that I actually have from Toys Era, incredible pieces. I don't need to basically get any. I don't need the Hot Toys version. That's why I haven't pre-ordered it. I haven't gotten it. There's no need because I have what I actually need. I'm not going to actually double dip and get something that I already have and that looks good to me. You know what I mean? But yes, this piece is incredible, bro. I got it, and I've been completely satisfied with that. You know what I mean? And they kill it with these pieces. But again, it's just a matter of waiting to see, you know, again, if these major companies that have these licenses, when are you going to give us something else? You know what I mean? Stop competing with each other and just say, you know what, we're going to do something else and see if we can gauge. So
the thing I also love about the third party is how quick they come out and how relevant that they are. You know, you get these things around-ish the times that the media is actually out there, you know. The Bloodsport one, I mean, that was only a year ago, you know, when the Suicide Squad was out. So that's great. You know, the Trickster was a year ago. They're able to get them out to market quicker, and which is awesome. You know, that way I can fill my shelf with them. That's what I've talked about. Exactly. There's that speed issue again. I want my shelf filled with things. I don't want them with just printouts from, you know, hey, here's your reveal. That's what Instagram's for. I can look at it there, but I want something in my hand. And so, but yeah, Susu Toys is killing it. And I think someone in the chat mentioned about Gambit. That's one of the better ones too.
Oh my God, that Gambit is incredible.
Yeah, which I got from Dante, by the way.
That piece is incredible.
Yeah, that Gambit's cool.
It is. The only argument is, and I'm pretty sure you've probably experienced this too, Kiko, is the wrist pegs. That's the only.
I've heard that.
It sucks pretty bad.
Third parties tend to have that problem, I feel like.
That wrist peg is my advice is if you get it, make sure you get it in the right pose and keep it there for a while.
Yeah, find the right hand that you want, and that's gonna be the one that you're keeping it with.
And that's the one you're gonna be actually rolling with for a while. But I mean, other than that, like, it's solid, you know. And again, like, we know that right now, Hot Toys is crying. Well, they've been crying wolf for a minute. Like, for instance, you know, Jazz Inc. puts out the Iron Scavenger, the Vulture. Hot Toys reveals it.
Yeah, that was funny.
Shit.
That was funny.
They haven't done shit like since. You know what I mean?
That's never coming.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's coming. So
neither's their Batmobile. That's never coming.
You know what I mean? So again, like, they're putting this stuff out and saying that they're going to do it, but they haven't done it yet until they actually see quality from someone else, and then they want to challenge them. And by then it's too late. You're losing money. You know what I mean? At that point. So again, I really don't know what they're doing, but I think, you know, this is where these third party companies are capitalizing, because they're like, we know that people don't want to wait. We know what people actually want. You know what I mean? We know what they want, variation, and we're going to give it to them. So that's right.
Yeah, it's true, man. And I got some super chats to address, and then one good comment that I wanted to pull up too. Ash Chase said, thanks so much, Ash Chase, for the super chat. Shout out to you guys. Awesome on the panel tonight. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work and entertaining. And Will, where's Loki? Dude, I wish I knew. I saw he was on that leak shipment manifest or whatever, you know, coming in figures to Sideshow. So hopefully, Ash, he comes in soon. Appreciate it, man. Don Matten said, my third party are holding more value than Hot Toys. Yeah, depending upon which ones you get. So, I mean, I know my Game Toys, Cloud and Sephiroth are holding their value pretty well. So, you know, until they make another one, I guess. But there was a comment too. Tully was asking, where do you guys get the best deals for third party figures? Really depends. Giant Toy is pretty good overall. I know Leo and I had some bad experiences. I really like 1/6 Kit. Kit has always been great to me. I had a funny story with him recently. He shipped out my Game Toy Zach from Final Fantasy VII, and he was like, hey, Will, like, sorry, it's been delayed a couple days because we wanted to make sure we got the address right. So he shipped it, and I was like, okay, well, can I make sure you got the right address? Because I had emailed him a couple times to get it right, and he almost shipped it to my ex-girlfriend's house. So he shipped it, and he was like, yeah, I thought it was actually going to Delaware. And I was like, no, Kit, do not ship it there. I was like, don't ship. Who knows what she'll do to it? I don't know. I was like, but, you know, so I was like, don't ship it to her. And he was like, okay, he's like, it's not on the plane yet, so I'll check for it. He even made a joke. He was like, tell her it's a farewell gift. And I was like, yeah, man, don't ship it to her. So, but yeah, he did. And he took good care of me. So like I said, I really like 1/6 Kit personally. That's where I go.
Definitely.
So yeah, man. So But guys, great chat this evening. That's going to pretty much wrap it for this evening. Leao, man, what's coming up on 1/6 scale, man? Thanks for joining.
Well,
by the way.
again, tonight I'm actually going to go see the Woman King, so I'm so excited about actually seeing that. Tomorrow, I will be doing part 2 of the content creators appreciation. So I'm gonna try to keep that as a thing where I just go around and just look at different content creators and give them a shout out. It doesn't matter if you're a big channel, small channel. I just want to recognize you for the stuff that you do. And then I think tomorrow night I think I'm on Mafia's show tomorrow night. And then we got your show on Sunday, definitely. And then we got Collectors Lounge on 12 p.m. on Sunday. So I can't wait for that. Marvel Comic Book Talk with Friends on Monday, and then Say What Wednesday. Still have right now the Halloween initiative going on right now, so definitely tune in for that. Like any proceeds, all super chats goes towards that. Also, we are still having the raffle for the Jazz Inc. Iron Scavenger that was donated by Funky Cold Santa. So definitely thank you, appreciate that. There are spots still left. There's again, they're going quick, but there's some spots still left, and once we fill that up, we will actually roll the dice to see who actually gets that piece. So yeah, exciting, bro.
Nice. Sounds really great, man. Thanks for joining, Leao. I appreciate it, man. It's like I said, great to have you on as always. And Kiko, man, for the hat trick, impressive on that one. So I just know, I know you always contribute great thoughts, and also you're always available at 5:30. I'm like, this man is an early riser and a early sleeper, for lack of a better term. Just kind of like me. You're earlier than me, though. I do know that. But Kiko, man, happy to have you here, man. What's coming up on the channel?
Man, we're getting real close to bedtime. The sun's setting here for me, and our Fridays wrap up around 8:30. That's kind of what we do, except for the Halloween Rager that's coming up in another month or so. Yeah. But as I said, thank you once again for this hat trick, to be able to complete this, to be on with an amazing panel. Love you guys. Thank you so much for letting me be here. But as I had mentioned, last week we talked about statues, and what do you know? A statue showcase showed up on the channel. What comes after 6 scale collecting? That's what we talked about there. And what do you know? We have a third-party showcase coming to the channel. I'm not going to put a date on it. Soon, because I don't want to be stressed with saying it's coming tonight or tomorrow or maybe even Monday. What day it's not coming is Sunday, because I do have a nice date. We're actually staying up late that night. We do have a nice date. We're going to a House of Cards. I think I've told you about that magic show downtown. Real nice, like speakeasy bar and everything. So anyway, it's kind of cool. Nice. So we have that coming on Sunday, and obviously it's going to be the day that the Bengals set the ship right on the Dallas Cowboys after that terrible showing on Sunday. Joe Burrow will be back to lead them to victory, and that's
you guys are probably going to destroy the Cowboys. Since
I hope so, man. Going up against Cooper Rush, I think is his name, or something like that. Sounds like a Madden creative character. I don't know.
It does. Yeah, man. But Burrow was struggling a little bit with those 4 interceptions on.
He hadn't thrown a ball in 8 months, man. He had an appendectomy. I'm not making excuses for him. The O-line never played a single snap together the entire preseason, but I think they're going to be fine. They're way too talented. And of course, from that, we got one of the best memes ever of Jamar Chase flipping the bird to the Steelers cornerback. Is it Mika Fitzpatrick? Is that who it was? Yeah. It's a classic meme now of just him flipping the birds. I'm like, I love it. Love it.
And for me, man, T. Higgins got concussed, so he didn't do too well.
He's back at practice, though. So hopefully,
I think he's going to play this week. Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, I think he's going to be playing this week. So I'm excited for that, especially for my fantasy team. He's just such a great player, man. So it's good to see him.
Very versatile.
But guys, thanks so much for joining. We'll be back next Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. And Sunday, I know Leal's going to be there. We have the Inart interview with John from Queen Studios, Queen Studios /Inart. So we'll be asking him a bunch of questions. We'll also get some questions from the chat and do those as well. And, just address some important things that I think we got some pretty good questions. So, we got the list, and it's pretty good. So each panelist is going to be asking 3 questions, and then, we'll get into, chats that we get as well. So,
okay.
But yeah, man, it's going to be fun. And we'll have John there 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. So
let's go.
It'll just be an NR Queen Studios dedicated show, just to ask some good questions and see kind of what they want to share with us. So so let's do that, guys. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks as always for the support. If you haven't already, Lael show on Wednesday. That was great, man. So go check that out. The Say What show.
That show was incredible.
I did a segment and it was a fun show.
That was incredible, bro. That was a good show. That was one of the greatest.
It was
shows,
really fun.
Straight up.
It was one of the best. One of the best.
Yeah, it was. It was funny as hell. We did it. We killed it.
Yeah. So guys, thanks so much for joining. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.